Count with me for a second. The BFG, Paul Bunyan, and Jolly Green. It's just a few friendly giants, right? I think it's time we add Willie Clayton to that list. The center is a beast on the court, but I'm telling you, he's one of the funniest guys you can ever talk to in all of Georgia State athletics. So you know the Deacon had to talk to him. I've known you for about a year, some change now, man.
Met at the apartment.
Met in the elevator, man.
Right.
Met in the elevator, man. I've known you for a little bit, and one of the first impressions was how friendly you were.
Right.
Have you always been this friendly of a guy?
Always been this friendly. I took that approach from my mother because my mother played basketball, and she always said that basketball players carry a certain type of stigma around them, like most athletes don't want to be talked to, or most athletes are stuck up. And so she always told me to never be stuck up, or never try to act like an athlete, the stigma of what athletes try to act like.
So when did you become an athlete? When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball when I was 6 years old for Thomasville YMCA. I never thought that I would be a power forward / center because I worked on my dribbling skills at a young age. You know, as a kid, you always want to work on your dribbling skills. But then as I got older, basketball started changing for me, and I got taller and bigger, and when I saw some of the guys that I was going up against, they was taller, and when they was about my size, I knew that I had to change my position.
How was growing up in Thomasville, Georgia?
Oh man, Thomasville was great. It's about 18,000 people in it. We have one Walmart. People always joke about us and say that we only have one stop sign, but we don't. And you got two competitive high schools that's in Thomasville, Thomas County Central and Thomasville High School. Them are two great schools.
So I know you just spoke about your high school. I heard you got your jersey retired.
Yes.
Talk about the emotions of having your jersey on the wall, getting that retired.
It was an emotional time. A lot just went into getting my jersey retired, and just to see that the kids that's gonna come through and they're gonna see my jersey, and my kids before that will see that their grandfather or their father did something very nice.
Second half. They lob it to Henry out high, inside to Willie Clayton, and he uses his left hand and throws it off the backboard up and in.
Willie continued to do nice things on the court at UNC Charlotte. Oh, he definitely had his fun too. But in his 3 seasons as a 49er, the 6'8 center recorded 17 double-doubles. He credits his playing style to New York Knicks center Joakim Noah.
Oh, I met Joakim Noah when I was in the 7th grade, and this was during a time when I'm transitioning now into the power forward / center spot, and I just watched him. Just to see him do what he do and the energy that he brings to the game, I looked at that as a young kid and said, man, I'm gonna be just like him, and that's what I did, and that's why my game represents his game.
The 245-pounder also represents his fraternity, which he joined while at Charlotte. Titus O'Neil does it. He's a wrestler. Jabril Peppers does it.
Yes.
Some people don't know what you're doing.
Right. Well, this sign right here stands for Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. That is a symbol that lets other brothers know, like pretty much that that you're an Omega. The terminology is called hooks, and they throw up the hooks, and that symbol carries weight everywhere you go.
Clayton now carries that weight at Georgia State, but making the decision to leave Charlotte for GSU wasn't easy.
The decision came when my coach got fired, Alan Major. I was pretty close with him. He was a guy who I could just go into his office and sit down and talk to him about anything other than basketball. And also I seen some of my fellow basketball players who I grew to love and respect in the game at Charlotte. They left too, and I just felt like it wasn't no way that new players could come in and we just clashed the way that my old teammates clashed.
So one thing about Georgia State, you didn't play a lick last year, right? How do you feel like you contributed sitting on the bench?
Well, last year I played the role as in just talking to guys, talking to the Marcus, talking to TJ, talking to Jeremy, talking to Kevin, talking to all the players, Isaiah Dennis, Malik, Austin. I talked to all of them, and I just gained their respect, and the coaches saw that, And so I was a leader on the court and off the court. And I think as a leader, you have to get your guys back in order and say, hey, let's go out here and win this game. Let's go do this.
Now Willie can physically contribute to winning games since he's eligible to play. And when it comes to game day, the friendly giant gets a little less sociable.
When it's game time, I don't talk. If you see me in warm-up, I'm pretty much like the most serious one out there. I got my headphones in. I'm not talking to my teammates. If my teammates say something to me, they would have to touch me in order to say something to me. But I don't talk. And when it's game time and I'm gonna have to go out there and play, I don't talk. In the locker room, I just get dressed, go out, and that's it.
So whether it's on the court or it's in real life, Georgia State's friendly giant, he's always got your back. For Primetime Sports, I'm David Schiele.